I visited a cannibal tribe in Papua Island, Indonesia, and it was one of the craziest experiences of my life.
I don't see what's so wrong about this place. So Papua, Indonesia is a place that always has travel advisories because Papuans are trying to overthrow the government and they do not like foreigners. And the government of Indonesia is foreign to them because they are not biologically Indonesian. And the only reason why Papua is part of Indonesia was because it's another territorial dispute. Papua was actually a Dutch colony before World War II.
How'd you find it?
It was amazing, yeah. Really friendly people. Not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be. The tribes were really lovely, welcoming, community was great.
Papua New Guinea?
No. Papua. Where's Papua?
Where's Papua? Honestly speaking, I didn't expect to meet up with such people in Indonesia because the Indonesians are known to be light in color, but these ones, they look exactly like Africans.
This is one of the best, friendliest people I've ever met. Enjoying them, loving their hearts, their song, their tradition, and the power.
Halo Sobat Media Mosa, pernah nggak kalian membayangkan sebuah tempat yang sering diberitakan penuh konflik, ternyata justru menyimpan keindahan yang membuat banyak orang luar negeri terdiam kagum? Inilah yang dirasakan banyak bule ketika pertama kali menginjakan kaki di Papua. Sebelum datang, sebagian dari mereka mengira Papua adalah daerah yang menakutkan dan tidak aman. Narasi tentang konflik yang terus beredar membuat banyak orang asing memiliki pandangan berbeda tentang tanah paling timur Indonesia ini. Namun, semuanya berubah saat mereka benar-benar datang dan melihat Papua dengan mata kepala sendiri. Hamparan alam yang masih hijau, pegunungan yang megah, laut biru yang jernih, hingga udara yang terasa begitu alami, membuat banyak bule tidak bisa berkata-kata. Mereka bahkan menyebut Papua sebagai salah satu surga tersembunyi yang pernah mereka lihat. Bukan hanya alamnya yang membuat mereka kagum, tetapi juga keramahan masyarakat Papua. Banyak wisatawan asing mengaku diperlakukan seperti keluarga sendiri ketika datang ke kampung-kampung maupun tempat wisata. Senyum hangat dan sikap ramah masyarakat Papua perlahan mengubah perspektif mereka. Dari yang awalnya takut datang, justru banyak yang ingin kembali lagi karena merasa nyaman dan diterima dengan baik.
That sums up 3 days in Dad. How'd you find it?
It was amazing, yeah. Really friendly people. Not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be. The tribes were really lovely, welcoming, community was great.
What surprised you the most?
I think it was just the poverty, really. Looking how poor everyone was here, how run down the streets were, the holes in the roads, people just selling products all over the place. Yeah, more run down than I've seen in other parts of Indonesia.
Kamu orang apa? Tani?
Mulia.
Mulia?
Orang Tani.
Oh, okay.
Walau malat no niri malam ta korwa sual pabigi.
Siapa nama kamu?
Aku nama Moka.
Thank you so much for everything, Agus. Yeah, you're really a good man.
Thank you very much. We can see you again.
God bless. You're a great man. I hope you do the best in life.
Thank you. Wow. I'm very glad.
God bless you always.
I visited a cannibal tribe in Papua Island, Indonesia, and it was one of the craziest experiences of my life. So I spent 3 days with them. I went trekking with them, I went hunting with them, and they showed me how they live, how they cook over the fire. They live in these little huts in the middle of the jungle. It was really cool. I got bit by a lot of mosquito bites that night that I went fishing. They caught crabs and fish with their spears. This is me sleeping on a bag of rice. It was kind of crazy. Those are the bites that I got. Crazy experience. One of the craziest experiences of my life. More hunting. The people are so friendly and they're super kind and they have really good vocals. They sing. They hunt animals with bows and arrows, but they only kill people and eat them as a form of torture or punishment. They don't just kill and eat people regularly. You have to do something wrong, like steal or cheat on your wife or something, and then they will actually hunt you. But that practice is slowly dying out, and it was a great experience to spend some time with the cannibal tribe. And if you want to watch the full video, it is on my YouTube channel. Just search for Drew Binsky. Thanks, guys. Peace.
This is one of the best, friendliest people I've ever met. Enjoying them, loving their hearts, their song, their tradition, and the power.
was absolutely wonderful. We had such a good time. All the performances were splendid. Thank you so much for doing that.
Saya orang Papua.
Oke, foto 1, 2, 3. Anjir, oke.
Good. Here in Indonesia, they eat this thing called sago, which is like this very starchy, slimy substance. The sago plants, these are very small ones. Oh, right there, that big tall tree right there is a sago palm. And they put bugs inside the sago palm, which they eat, so that's first stage. The second stage is they get all the fermented sago and they turn it into this mush. And then the third stage is they get this giant palm leaf right here, and they've got all of the mush there, and then they're running water, which they're getting the water from this small reservoir here, pouring it over the top into this trough right here. It gets drier and drier. These women are strong, I'm telling you now. You're strong, huh? Look at this. Ready? Oh. So this is the finished product right here, and it's a non-Newtonian fluid. So if I go like this, you can see that it's hard. Look at that. I'm turning it, and then ready, watch this. Straight to a liquid. Pure starch. This is a very common thing for people to eat who can't afford rice. Just put that into perspective, guys. If you think your life's hard, imagine not being able to afford rice. So below rice is this. It became a staple, and even people who can afford rice eat this because it's such a cultural food. I'm here in Papua, and they have a very long-lasting tradition here of cutting off the fingers. And the fingers would have been cut off when a relative died.
Because grandfather died.
It's just like one finger or two fingers.
When grandfather died, he cut the one first.
Yep.
Then after that, the next one.
And what tool did they use to do this?
Axe.
A stone axe.
A stone axe?
Yes, they express the sadness of the past grandfather because really love.
And it's a sign to show how much love you have. How long ago was this?
She was still a little girl.
Oh, really? So she was a child?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a way to offer yourself to the person that died. Like offer something of yourself to them.
Before they cut, they take here and then
And they take a rope and they wrap a rope around it to cut off the circulation.
Yeah.
And then they take the stone axe, they put it over like a little like ledge.
Yes.
And then maybe 5 whacks.
Yes. Yeah.
Very brave. Thank you.
Also, they cut the.
Oh yeah, they cut their ears too. They take this.
Yeah.
They take bamboo knife and cut the whole top of their ear off. Her too. She's showing.
Wow.
And men also do it. It's not just women.
Would I be able to see? Wow. Bro, if I get an option, I'm taking the ear.
Over the fingers?
Oh, 100%. And who was the ear for? Why did he cut this?
That's because of the same reason.
The same grandfather.
Normally, men never cut the finger, but
Because the men need the hands for hunting, right?
Yang potong telinga saya ini pakai bambu ini bambu.
Ah.
Bambu ya.
The tools that
they used to cut the ear.
Bambu terus pakai bambu ini baru potong. Pegannya begini baru potong.
So because of his uncle died, so that use this bamboo.
Imagine someone just saying, "I'm going to cut your ear off with a bamboo knife." He was this age. Thank you so much. You might think that I'm in some sort of haunted house in Disneyland, but I'm not. And this right here is a mummified chief. Was here in this tribe that we're in right now, and we're lucky enough to be invited in here.
300 years ago, this is the way that they would honor the elder of the clan. They build a fire, and for 6 months in isolation, they'll just let the smoke his body, and they cover him with pig fat. That's actually how they preserve the skin. Look at how this guy's dressed right here. You see what he's wearing? He's got this thing over his genitals, his little hat. Still, 400 years later, the same clothes have been maintained.
It's crazy. Oh, you can see the wrinkles in his skin here. He's super well preserved though, right?
Yeah.
Except from
a little bit.
Yeah, he's missing a little bit here, but I don't see what's so wrong about this place. So Papua, Indonesia is a place that always has travel advisories because Papuans are trying to overthrow the government and they do not like foreigners. And the government of Indonesia is foreign to them because they are not biologically Indonesian. And the only reason why Papua is part of Indonesia was because it's another territorial dispute. Papua was actually a Dutch colony before World War II, related to the Aboriginals in Australia, who are related to Africans, not Asians. They're like, we want our people to do our own thing, and we don't want any foreigners. But Sorong is actually a pretty foreigner-friendly city because it's next to Raja Ampat, which is one of the diving capitals of the world. They're used to foreigners, and they're nice to us here. And everyone is filming me. Like most tourists just stay in their hotel until they get a ferry because there's nothing to see or doing so wrong, and honestly, it's kind of dodgy here. Tomorrow is my 4th and last day of Raja Ampat, which, call me crazy, but beautiful tropical islands get kind of boring to me if I'm not working, which I'm in between jobs. I wanted to see what the hype was about, and I totally recommend this place for couples. It's basically all couples here, and it's perfect for that reason because it's beautiful tropical islands and very rundown and difficult to get to, which kind of turns it into a bonding experience. But for solo travelers, I don't recommend this place unless, one, you have an efficient, cheap flight to get there, which was the case for me, or two, you're a scuba fanatic. The only other solo traveler that I met here is a scuba instructor where it's his passion to scuba dive. And this is one of the best places in the world for scuba diving. The reason why I would recommend other places in Indonesia for most scuba divers, because one, seeing all couples here can make you feel kind of lonely when you're by yourself. And two, the rest of Indonesia, with the exception of Bali, is much cheaper for scuba diving. And I can say that North Sulawesi and Labuan Bajo are basically the same quality. The only other thing that I should know is that you need to bring sunblock. I ran out of sunblock on the first day here. The only sunblock that I was able to find on the island after asking literally everywhere was a place that I went scuba diving, homemade Indonesian sunblock, $20, and it did a terrible job. Just chatted with this Australian girl who has been to Raja Ampat 10 times. It's her favorite place in the world. And she said that Wayag up in the north is like Pianemo, but on steroids. It takes a long time to get there, but they closed it 2 weeks ago because of the mining, and they have no idea when it's going to reopen. And then she said that her favorite place was Misul, which is a seasonal place that they close this time of year because the waves are too big. So next time I go to Raja Ampat, I need to go to Wayag and Misul when they're both open, hopefully with a future wife or girlfriend or whatever. At least I was able to scratch the surface with the main parts that most tourists see, which is scuba diving around Cree and Pianemo. So I still saw Raja Ampat efficiently in a very short amount of time, but it is a place to revisit. There's, I think, over 1,000 islands here, so there's just literally so much to do, and it's just so difficult to get to most places. There's endless activities here. I'd say probably the best thing to do, if you could, is somehow get your own boat here. Private boat rides everywhere is super expensive, and that's the most difficult thing about this place. Anyways, guys, that is my rundown of Raja Ampat.
So what do you all call this in Indonesia? Oh, Papua, right? I'm here in Sorong, Papua, in the west of Papua, and I saw this at a restaurant, which is fried breadfruit. This is what it looked like. This is the whole thing. And I was like, I had to try it. So I got me one of those, because in my country, it's a well-known snack. And it's pretty good. I was like trying to see like what's the difference between how they make it here and how they make it where I come from, which is Haiti. We call it lamb free. Yeah, lamb free. So what do you all call this in your culture?
Selama ini, Papua sering digambarkan sebagai wilayah yang penuh ketegangan. Banyak berita yang membuat orang luar mengira tanah Papua adalah tempat yang sulit untuk dikunjungi. Tetapi kenyataannya justru berbeda ketika para wisatawan asing benar-benar datang ke sana. Banyak bule yang awalnya merasa ragu, akhirnya terkejut setelah melihat langsung bagaimana indahnya Papua. Mereka melihat hutan yang masih alami, sungai yang jernih, pegunungan yang luar biasa indah, hingga pantai eksotis yang belum banyak tersentuh. Pemandangan seperti ini bahkan mulai jarang ditemukan di banyak negara maju. Karena itulah, banyak wisatawan asing rela datang jauh-jauh hanya untuk menikmati suasana alam Papua yang masih asri dan tenang. Hal paling mengejutkan bagi mereka adalah sikap masyarakat Papua yang sangat ramah kepada pendatang. Banyak bule mengaku mendapatkan pengalaman hangat yang tidak mereka bayangkan sebelumnya. Mereka diajak berbincang, disambut dengan baik, bahkan merasa seperti berada di rumah sendiri. Pengalaman inilah yang akhirnya membuat banyak wisatawan asing mengubah pandangan mereka tentang Papua. Kini, Papua mulai dikenal dunia sebagai tanah yang indah, kaya budaya, dan penuh kebaikan masyarakatnya.
Guys, I met the Africans of Indonesia. Bam! 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 Can you believe that? Believe me, you not. These are not Africans, but Afro-Indonesians, which look exactly like the Africans. I found the African cousins in Indonesia. The Africans of Asia. Africa! Damn! Papua! Oh my God! To some extent, I thought these ones were Africans because they look exactly like Africans, but they are the indigenous people of Indonesia that are found in the eastern part of Indonesia. Papua? Papua New Guinea?
No. Papua. Where's Papua?
Where's Papua? Honestly speaking, I didn't expect to meet up with such people in Indonesia because the Indonesians are known to be light in color, but these ones, they look exactly like Africans. The Papuans are the first inhabitants of Indonesia with their unique feature that is melanin color that looks exactly like of the Africans.
Ya. Aduh, ini ketemu narelawak di Jakarta. Narewak hormat. Aduh. Ini dari Alimu juga.
Mantap apa, luar biasa.
Aduh. Yang selalu lihat di pesawat, tapi hari ini baru kita ketemu di Jakarta lagi.
Mantap apa, seharusnya ikut terbang lain kali.
Oh, baru. Kapten ke arah mana nih, Kap?
Mau pulang ke Jayapura.
Oh, mau pulang ke Jayapura.
Baru seminggu di sini dan sudah rindu Papua waktu pulang ini.
Oke. Ini kau kecilnya, halo. Oh, Mace ya?
Iya, Mace kecil itu.
Jadi sekarang kita di jalan di antara Elelim Wara, dan saya mau bilang saya ini kayaknya bule pertama yang tembus jalan Wamena Jayapura, tapi saya lebih bangga lagi karena saya jalan dengan perempuan pertama, tanah ini. Pertama yang tembus Wamena Jayapura pakai motor. Kok mau apa Saya bilang kok baru ini satu ini Yaudai satu ini yang pertama tembus ini Wamena Jayapura. Tom panggil Yai Dao kah?
Wisi. Asing mo. Ya tes nggak enggak. Good. Nawir. Wisi. Ya, wisi. Ya. Goyang. Terus. Woi. Ini El Aneke siapa ini? Dari lagu. Ya, lagunya. Mau lihat lagu?
Bakar makan.
Ya. Buya.
Jadi apa mau kemana?
Ke Pur.
Pur?
Iya.
Mau bikin apa?
Near to Pur.
Ya.
Main volley, berburu. Werer, berburu.
Pagi?
Iya, pagi.
Yubur.
Werer, cewek.
Woi. Cewek lagi.
Oh, wam juga.
Oke.
Wam hutan.
Iya. Setelah itu berburu baru besok bakar makan.
Ini nama kiwara kalangano.
Tunggu. Ada potong-potong babi saya.
Ini cuma biar doli wam wara kalau iya bawa dia. Narak selamat tahun baru ke laut di.
Berarti kom jadi apa, Susi? Ih, kok makan lagi? Kenyang? Kok tersuka mie kah? Suka? Kok tersuka? Makan sebanyak. Siapa yang ulang tahun tadi?
Noti. Ini dia apa? Noti silas.
Dondo ulang tahun sekali? Hari ini? Dia ulang tahun berapa tahun?
16 sama 2.
16 sama 2? Silas kupu kakak tuh?
Iya,
Silas kupu kakak? Silas kupu kakak ulang tahun hari ini?
Iya.
Bah, baru. Yang satu siapa? Yang satu siapa?
Yang satu itu
Noti.
Dia punya tanggal 11.
Oh.
Saya punya mamaku. Ini saya punya teteku. Ini. Dan ini.
Tak sedikit orang luar negeri yang awalnya takut ketika mendengar nama Papua. Berbagai narasi tentang konflik membuat mereka membayangkan tempat yang menyeramkan. Tetapi semua pandangan itu berubah ketika mereka benar-benar tiba di tanah Papua. Banyak bule justru dibuat terpukau oleh keindahan alam yang begitu luar biasa. Dari pegunungan yang diselimuti kabut, laut biru yang menenangkan, hingga desa-desa dengan suasana alami membuat Papua terasa berbeda dari tempat lain. Banyak wisatawan asing mengatakan bahwa Papua memiliki keindahan yang sulit dijelaskan dengan kata-kata. Bahkan ada yang menyebut Papua sebagai salah satu surga terakhir yang masih terjaga di dunia. Yang paling membekas bagi mereka adalah keramahan masyarakat Papua. Kehangatan dan ketulusan orang-orang Papua membuat banyak pendatang merasa nyaman selama berada di sana. Perlahan, pengalaman para wisatawan asing ini mulai menyebar ke berbagai negara melalui media sosial dan video perjalanan mereka. Akibatnya, Papua kini semakin menjadi sorotan dunia. Banyak orang mulai sadar bahwa Papua bukan hanya tentang narasi konflik, tetapi juga tentang keindahan alam, budaya yang kaya, dan masyarakat yang penuh kebaikan.